Hello everyone, it's DA here, and today we will be taking a closer and a second look at our wonderful Lord of the Undertow Hydroid himself. So now I know that a lot of people have problems and mixed feelings as far as what Hydroid is and how it functions in the game as of now, and because the fact that a lot of games, a lot of warframes and a lot of items and a lot of updates have occurred within the game that makes him a little bit much more obsolete or least interesting to a lot of players in the game. I'm taking a look at him right now and trying to see if Hydroid is still playable, if he is mid-tier to starting level viable, or as far as going to the extremes, is he end game viable. So we're going to be taking a look at his abilities and as far as his passives is concerned and how it functions, how he works. And of course, we're also going to be looking at his augment mods, which are the syndicate mods. So the first things first, his passive is one of those things where I think DE needs to rework. As far as passives, they need to change that. They may not do a overall rework, but passives, before we get the whole rework thing, we need to make changes to the passives, because it says slam attacks have a chance to summon a tentacle. I don't know how useful that is, because let's just be honest with ourselves. If you do a slam attack on an enemy, 9 times out of 10 the enemy is going to be dead, which means the tentacle use is pretty much not good. You don't use it. It's pointless to have that augment or to have that passive for Hydra. They might as well, work on something, maybe, an undertow thing, or maybe he moves faster when he's running or gliding in the air, or maybe he can call the wind, with a lot of water or something. Do something different, make something different. Or maybe whenever Hydroid casts his fourth ability or casts any of his abilities, he's able to gain some armored buff, because Hydra so far right now has a very low armor rating. So, and I think that's one of the reasons why he tends to go down a lot of times. The first ability is Tempest Barrage, and in Tempest Barrage, he says it calls down a barrage of liquid fury, and this also has the augment called Corroding Barrage, which gives the Tempest Barrage a chance of inflicting corrosive damage. Now, this is one of those CC abilities, one of those crowd control abilities, one of those oh shit moments abilities. Whenever you're in a crazy moment or you're trying to disrupt and distract some of the enemies from time to time, you can go ahead and use this ability. It doesn't cost a lot, and the damage itself will only kill an enemy in a beginning level of the game. Pretty much when you're first starting out with Warframe, that's when you're going to be able to kill enemies literally with the first ability. Now with the augment, it may work for you in certain situations, but not as much. You're still gonna have to go ahead and kill them yourself. Tidal Surge being the second ability, it is one of those things where I don't even know what the point of it is. I feel like it should be something connected to the third, but it basically crashes through enemies in a ferocious wall of water. So pretty much you do an Excalibur dash and slash, but this time you're doing this with water, and it's a great tool for mobility. If you're trying to fly across the map, all you have to do is to just jump into the air and go ahead and use this. Undertow being the third ability, I don't know. Undertow is just one of those things where it can be good, but then the only downside of it is the fact that you lose mobility with it. I love the fact that we have the augment for Undertow, which is Creative Undertow. That works wonders, because a lot of times when I feel like my health is going down, I can just pop in my Undertow and regain some health. However, I would have loved it if they combined Undertow and Tidal Surge together, so you can move while in a water form. That would also be very good for a spy mission or some kind of secretive of covert missions, because that way you can just pretty much slide in like a water through the floor and through the walls. That would be amazing. I'm waiting to see what DE is going to do as far as reworks is concerned, or if they're going to make any changes to Hydroid at all. The fourth ability, which is Tentacle Swarm, that is the ultimate Hydroid ability. That is one of the main reasons a lot of people take Hydroid. to the game, and most people, I can say 75% of the individuals who use Hydroid use him for farming, and that is because of the Pilfering Swarm Augment, which gives enemies a chance to drop extra loot upon dying, and that is an amazing tool. That's an amazing thing, and you're able to spawn several tentacles. It doesn't have that much high of a damage. However, the best and the good things for this is the fact that it works well with duration, and with a medium or a low range, you can really get the best of your tools. And it's also a good CC ability as well. However, I don't know how to feel about it. It just seems to be useless in certain missions. It's mostly good whenever you're fighting enemies that are melee enemies, maybe infested waves, or maybe the butchers, the corrupted butchers, or any enemy that pretty much uses melee. But once you start dealing with bombards and all those, if the tentacles does not get them the first time, you are pretty much nearly almost destined to die. So as far as all the abilities are concerned and the frame himself is looking, Hydroid works well when it comes to duration, when it comes to range. It is really amazing. Endgame wise, you will be really good with Hydroid if you mod it for the right set and the right duration and the right amount of range. And of course, if you have some arcanes, Hydroid will be really powerful for you. Now, as far as going solo, I really don't know. You might have to be very quick on your feet. Your parkour moves got to be on point. And of course, in some situations, when it comes to end game situations or sortie missions, you might want to go with a couple of friends, a couple of clanmates, or just go into the public matches, because that might be one of your best sort, because you may end up going down whenever you have ranged enemies or enemies that fire rockets at you. So that's how I see Hydroid looking as of the moment. A rework will be wonderful, because I know, of course, him, Oberon, and of course Chroma are also in the pool, but I think Oberon will come first, and then Hydroid probably will be second, and then Chroma will be third, or maybe Hydroid will be third and Chroma will be second. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about Hydroid, if he is still endgame viable, if he is still the Lord of the Undertow, and if he is still the best for farming as far as looking at him and Necro side by side. Let me know in the comment section how you feel, if you even think he is worth a rework, or if you think he is fine as he is. Let me know as far as you think. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, don't forget to go ahead and do so. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And as always, it is DA signing out. I'll see you in the next one.